Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today, stopping by, coming in, paying a visit. I wish you could come to studio. And so do I. So do I. I want to go back to work, man. I am at work. Lovely commute I have now. I moved from my kitchen to the place where I broadcast. It's about, I would say 15, 20 steps, maybe 30. Big kitchen. That's nifty, but boy, I would rather be in studio. I can't be with the crew. I as much of a loner as I am, and two things. You know it all. I'm shy and I'm a loner. And here I am, and and I'm such a public figure. Can't make that up. I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy being with people, though. I do. I enjoy talking and listening to their stories, their experiences. It's a wonderful, for me, and for most humans, we are indeed, it's so cliche to say social by nature, and we are. And so there'll come a day, I hope, when we'll get back to work at the workplace and uh, be able to broadcast out of studio. And then I can have Wayne Elliott come and visit me, like he said he was going to, but then just right before this, just a week, and then boom went the dynamite, and then he couldn't come. We had made plans for him to come visit. We were going to bring him into studio. Um, we wanted him to have the experience when he comes through the front door of being frisked. No, I'm just making that up. There's high security in the building. They don't frisk you, though. I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, and to let him see the complex, all the different radio stations that are there, it's quite impressive. Katie and I and Reggie, we take it for granted because they're all the time. But Katie, it's quite a remarkable thing to have all those stations in one building, right?
It is, and I'm always, before COVID and stuff, I used to give a lot of tours of the building to like my students or whoever the case may be, and they were always so mind blown by it that I always got to go back and remember how lucky we are to work in
Absolutely.
because it is. It's
So
an
maybe there'll
amazing
come a
building.
day we'll get Wayne into studio. He'll come down from Canada. He goes to Florida, and he'll drive over to Tampa. Maybe that'll happen, Wayne. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Dr. Garko. You bet. You bet it'll happen. Mask, no mask,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Well, listen, wearing the masks, it's an interesting experience, and maybe by that time, this whole thing will be settled. Uh, it's going to take a while, Wayne. It truly is. It's going to take a while, and that's a story for another day. But nevertheless, I'm glad that you stopped by today, and I spoke with you off air the other day, and I must tell you, I really enjoyed that conversation. Um, you know, uh, the audience just hears you on air, but I talk to you off air, and I just want the audience to know, each person listening and watching, that you're very sincere. You want to do the right thing. You're so self-disclosive and transparent. You say I'm not a perfect person, and I have my faults, but you keep trying to do the right thing, and you keep trying to help others. And that's, in a way, I always would tell my daughter, your best is always good enough. Do your best; it'll be good enough. And so, and I listen to you off air and share with me your stories, and the audience, and I just want the audience to know that you're a good person, you have good intentions, and you're trying to do the right thing. And in my book, that goes a long way.
Well, thanks, Dr. Garko. I mean, that you are correct. I say that all the time. Your best is all you got, and I used to have to satisfy myself. Been in business a long time, and if things were bothering me at night, that's how I would finally, settle down and go to sleep. Did I do my best today? If I did,
Yeah.
well, as good as I
Mhm.
got. So, I would be able to go to sleep. If I didn't do my
I
best,
always
I'd, kick myself in the
Mhm.
rear a couple of times and then go to sleep.
Yeah, and I would always tell my daughter, and I remember one moment when my mother passed away. My mother raised my daughter since she was a month old, so that was her mother. She called her mom. And so we were getting, my mom was very ill toward the end. And I said to my daughter Kim, I said, there are no do-overs, and no matter what, no matter what, no matter how hard, we must do the right thing for mom. Because there are no do-overs. And no, I don't want to wake up one morning and say, "Geez, I wish I would have done this for my mother. I wish I." That's it. Do your best and do things with in mind that there are no do-overs. Like this is it, and I'm going to do the best I can. And I think at the end of the day, you end up in a pretty good place, Wayne.
That's a great point. No do-overs, just to remind yourself to do your best. Most of us have a list of things we wish we could do again, but you're right. You don't get to, especially after someone leaves us, passes, and that's the worst, I suppose. And so you're right on the money as usual, Doc.
Well, you know, imperfection. It's pretty liberating, Wayne, to reach a place in your life. You say, you know what, I got faults and I'm imperfect. That's liberating. But I know there's room for improvement, and I'm going to do the best I can. That liberates you rather than trying to control everything and let perfection get in the way of you performing and doing the things that you need to do. And so when you come on
Right.
to the show and when you talk about the oil of excuse me, and this just from the previous guest, the Strauss heart drops and all these other products. In fact, we could combine oil of oregano with the Strauss heart drops. That would be fabulous, by the way. Um,
That's right.
uh, it, you know, we're just trying to do the right thing by people and put them on the right path. I know that some people say, well, it's just a product. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe more than that, depending on how you want to look at it, in my view.
Yeah, depending on how you're feeling, what your needs are, and so forth. Boy, people have a lot of trouble convincing me some of this stuff is just a product. I mean, well, some of it's been closer to a miracle in my experience, than that. Dr. Garko, and thank God for these these just a products anyway.
Yeah, 877-897-8255, 877-897 talk. It turns out that the Strauss heart drops and other products in combination with it can serve you well. And we've talked about that quite a bit. Now, the audience is always growing, always changing, and some people tune in one day and another day, and they may hear it, they may not hear it. But I'm a great believer in repetition. And one thing we know for sure about this virus, it will take out those who have morbidities or comorbidities. If you have high blood pressure, if you have heart disease, if you have arrhythmia, if you are obese, if you have diabetes, you are a sitting target for this virus. It seizes that opportunity. So that's why the Strauss heart drops and these other products we're going to tell you about when we come back. I'm going to cut Wayne loose on it, and he'll tell you all about that. Um, we've made some headway, and usually it takes more than one thing to correct a problem, Wayne.
Yes, indeed.
So and we have Rufino on the phone, but we're going into a message, and I want to get Rufino on. He hasn't been on for a while, and I don't know if you've ever uh, have spoken with him, but he's a owner of a health store in Georgia, and it's called Ada Zinc, and so he's a wonderful guy. Katie, is he gone or is he coming back?
No, he's waiting until after break. He's good.
Okay. We're going to talk with Rufino, introduce him to Wayne, and we'll be right back.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wayne Elliott is our guest today. Rufino Patos out of Clarksville, Georgia, has a fabulous store in that community, serves it well. Rufino, welcome back to the Let's Talk Nutrition. It's always great to have you on.
there you are. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. Uh, I'm glad to see that you're not infected and still in business.
Yeah, I mean, we've been very blessed for this whole thing. We're open 7 days a week here in Clarksville, Georgia, and I called for a couple different reasons. One is I do want to talk to Wayne because I do want those heart drops in my store. So I want him to contact me. You can give him my contact information, but I want to get those for my store. I want to try them personally. I don't have a heart issue, but he just tell me how it helps the eyes, everything else, and blood circulation. And I've been listening for weeks and weeks since he's been on, and I really want those in my store. And the other reason I was calling in, Doc, now you turn on the news, you turn on anything, and it's gloom and doom, and oh God, we're all fighting with each other. And I just want to say, you are a ray of sunshine every day when I turn your show on, and we're in this together. We all got to love each other. We're all going to go through trials and tribulations in life, but you really put a bright spot in my day every morning. As hard as you work on your show for that show every day, people think you just come on and turn on the mic and start talking. Now you work for hours every day, and I just want to say thank you because in our community, people really, really appreciate you, Doc.
Aw, listen, you don't know. Um, Somebody could come by and give me a pile of money. I would rather take that compliment. It's a high compliment coming from you. You're a good soul. You're honest. You're a straight up guy. You're a good, just a good soul, salt to the earth person. You and your wife, and you run a great business. Uh, and when you told me that once before about the people in your community, and I got off air one day, and I thought about it. And I said, I wonder if he really meant that. The people in his community really care about me. I said, wow. I I didn't realize, you don't sometimes you don't realize the impact you're having, but thank you so much. I want to
No,
introduce you to Wayne. Wayne,
no.
this is Rufino Pato. He wants to get your product into his stores. Can we get that shipped to him, Wayne?
Absolutely, absolutely. Nice to meet you on the phone. Nice to meet you on the phone. Where are
Nice
you
to
in
meet you,
Tampa,
Wayne.
Rufino?
No, sir. I'm actually in Georgia on the Georgia-South Carolina border, north Georgia. In a little town called Clarksville, Georgia, in Habersham County, and we run this show through a WRWH with Dean and Bonnie to Cleveland, Georgia, White County. And I meant it, Doc, when I told you that people actually come in. Oh, I heard the doctor today. I heard Wayne today. And Cass Ingram. Every time he's on, of course, people, you have a following here, and I'm not just blowing smoke up you. I'm going to tell you the truth. You really make a lot of people's days. You know that, Doc, because people call in from North Georgia here, and they say, oh, I go to Ada St. I want to call in. People call in. People are listening to you. I got you on my TV. I got you on my radio. And you do make an impact. And Wayne, you've been making an impact, too, because people are all asking about the heart drops. So I need to get those in my store and give the people what they want and help more people as much as I can. So I'd love for you to contact me.
So,
Well,
Wayne,
that's
what would
great.
he need to do?
We'll definitely arrange that with you, and I'll get in touch with you after the show, and I'll look forward to meeting you. I'm not sure exactly where your town is, but I drive to Florida every year, and a couple hours out of the way is nothing for me. I drive a lot, and I'll look forward to meeting you for sure.
So what I'll do is I'll ask
Absolutely.
Katie to get your phone number, Rufino, and then she can give it to Wayne off air. Then he can call
hmm
you, uh, and
And I want to just say
that
real
way.
quick, too, Doc, you were talking about cancer last, you had the third part yesterday, and I was listening. And I remember when you went through that and you told me how you'd walk into the waiting room and how these people, and here you are with cancer, sick as a dog, and you said how blessed you were because there were people in worse shape than you. That's the kind of person you are, Doc. Don't change. Don't stop the fight. And just keep being who you are because the world needs more love than hate. We're a snapshot in time, man. You blink and this life's over, and we all got to love each other. And I just want to say thank you for who you are, buddy, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, man.
I agree with you
You get me
100%,
upset.
Rufino. And on your point, you're
Give me
absolutely
a
right.
mo-
You can
give me a
you can surround hate with love, but you cannot surround love with hate because love is just that much more powerful.
Absolutely.
100%. Well,
Absolutely. I hope you all
somehow,
have a great
somehow,
weekend,
some
Doc,
way, we're going to get
uh,
you. Either I'm going to come to Georgia, or you're coming to Tampa, and we're going to get Wayne here. And somehow we got to make this happen. I don't know when this virus is going to subside, but we'll make it good. And listen, thousands of people listen and watch this show, and so many people don't know what to do, where to turn, and what to think or feel. And listening to, they need to hear from people such as yourself, Rufino, and Wayne. And here, there's no pretense. You're not an expert. You're not some,
No.
scientist that has some agenda. You guys are just like me. I'm an everyday person, just happen to have a little bit of education, but I use it for everybody else. And that's all we are. We're just everyday people caught up in a very extraordinary moment. So we'll figure it out. And I want to
Absolutely.
thank you from the bottom of
Yeah.
my heart for all your kind words. And we'll get your phone number. We'll give it to Wayne. And Wayne will contact you. Trust me. He will call you.
All right. Well,
And
we
he'll
love
get-
you out
then
here
you make
in
that happen.
Georgia, Doc, and Wayne. I'm looking forward to meeting you, and you both have a great weekend, all right?
All right, man.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Thanks, Rufino.
You're
right,
welcome.
bye.
Wayne, when we come back, we'll talk some more. There you go, man. I love that segment. Boy.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
12 site at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wayne Elliott's our guest today, educator for Strauss family of products. Yeah. The company is out of Canada. Been there a long time. And in North America, they certainly have had an impact on people with respect to their cardiovascular health. The Strauss Heart Drop, I'm a big believer in herbs and spices and oils, and extracting them, making them into these aromatic kinds of products. I mean, it just, yeah, they just work. And if you get the right herbalist to put it together the right way, I mean, it can be it's powerful, in quotes, powerful, quote, medicine in a sense. And that's all that people had at one time. There were no pharmaceuticals. There were only these herbs and spices. Lest we forget that. Welcome back, Wayne.
Thanks, Doc. You're right. For centuries, of course, Peter Strauss is the eighth generation herbalist in the family, and many of their formulas, they used to market 50 different products. And the Strauss Heart Drops being the newest, really, and the flagship product with removing plaque and being so great for heart ailments. They stopped making all but heart drops a few years ago. The heart drops are available in for 7 or 8 countries now, and I am grateful, though, Doc, that we got the kidney blood pressure formula back and the Cardio Calm, two formulas that help save my bacon, that's for sure. And the prostate is now available, a great formula, helped myself and my dad in a big way. And the bladder, they're still waiting for Health Canada, who's a little bit behind with the corona situation, the COVID situation. But these are just, great formulas that they had 20-odd years ago when I was involved with them. And I just saw great things, that bladder formula. Can't wait for that to come out. My mom did so well with that. Yeah, no, there's no harm, doc. No contraindications. 100% safe, 100% natural. I mean, that's what I really love about these things. I was always afraid of chemicals. I've always worked with man-made chemicals from all the chemicals aboard ships and chemicals in batteries, heavy metals, lithium, all kinds of dangerous stuff, and I know the harms that they can do us, and so I never was good with taking pills or chemical drugs. I just not from any education really, Dr. Garko, from just the knowledge that I had of the harm they do in non-pill form. They can be so dangerous. So I was just so fortunate. As you know, I'll be forever grateful. That day I learned about Strauss Heart Drops, and then the second most profound thing in my life was the day I met Jim Strauss and spent all those months over all those years with him, and learned what I learned. I'm just a messenger, but able to repeat and try and help other people with, as you were saying before. It's the most rewarding thing in life, I believe.
So the Strauss Heart Drops are available in fine health stores throughout North America and in Canada. And if they don't carry it in the store, do what Rufino Pato just did, who's an owner, proprietor of a fabulous health store in Clarksville, Georgia, uh, and just get in touch with the people at Strauss, and it's easy to do. Just go to their. Well, I'll have Wayne tell you what the website is, and just go there, and you
Yeah,
can
you
make
can go to
contact.
in the United States. You can go to Strauss, Strauss, StraussNatural.com. Um, they have a lot of information on the website, and Jim and Pete's picture. You can see the Strauss boys on there, but all the ingredients of the formulas and so forth, and a bit of history. Um, yeah, and also a satisfaction guarantee. That was one thing that Jim was always adamant about, right from the first day I met him, was that there can't be any dissatisfied customers. He it just they have a bleeding heart if any of their products don't work for someone, but they're very sorry about that. But they've always had the no hassle money back guarantee, and they don't get many returns, Dr. Garko. I know to this day they don't, and the stuff works. I mean, it's just as simple as that. It's so painless, uh, so easy, and healthcare costs you folks in America a lot of money. I guess if you're fortunate enough to have good insurance, it isn't as bad. But we have free health care in Canada, so long as you don't die waiting for your appointment, waiting for your surgery. Lots of people do in Canada. We're short doctors, and I haven't had a personal physician for I don't know, 20 years, I guess,
Oh my land!
15 anyway. So it's free, but you know, free isn't always all it's cracked up to be. That's for sure. I know in America you could have open heart surgery tomorrow if you needed it. That just isn't the case here in Canada. You're on a waiting list, and so there's downsides to both systems. I know. I'm just so grateful. I've touched wood too that I've never had to have that open heart surgery, doc. And we started to talk last time about these frozen shoulders that so many folks have that have open heart surgery. And if you've ever watched it on any of the documentaries on television and see how they saw a person's sternum and ribs open, and then they have this device that kind of cranks you open to pull the ribs back out of the way so they can get the bypass and the surgery done. And my goodness, no wonder people are sore afterwards, doc.
Oh, I mean that is about as invasive uh, as you get. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are doctors, and some of whom are surgeons. And on the team of doctors that I had team of four. Two of them are surgeons, and one is a surgeon who's pretty well known and does robotic surgery. Surgeons, as a group, are a peculiar lot. They're what they do is I admire what they're able to do, but they are in a group in a class all by themselves. Their colleagues will tell you that. And I was lucky. I had two wonderful surgeons who happened to be very compassionate and humanistic. But to do what they do is remarkable to me. And like you just described, that surgery, my God, take the Strauss heart drops. You don't want to go through that. You don't want to be on a table.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The Heart Drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. Available online at powermall.com and straussnaturals.com. I promise you won't be sorry.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products. Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
What is inflammation? Many people think that only joints are affected by inflammation. The truth is, the body's natural inflammatory response affects everyone and every major organ system. From bone health to heart health and beyond, whole body health calls for a healthy, whole body inflammation response, which is why New Chapter is proud to offer America's #1 selling herbal for a healthy inflammation response, Zyflamin. Zyflamin is a whole new natural way to manage inflammation and a true scientific breakthrough. Zyflamin has been extensively researched and tested for a variety of health concerns by some of the most respected medical institutions in the world, with impressive results. Discover the power of Zyflamin for yourself. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Listen live via your phone's iHeartRadio app. News Radio WFLA Operation Stormwatch. Brought to you by Morgan Exteriors, Windows, Siding, and Roofing.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Celsius, Live Fit. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Glad you could make it. And Wayne Elliott is our guest, and he mentioned a frozen shoulder. It turns out that frozen shoulder is idiopathic. What that means is they don't know the cause. And it's a self-limiting regional skeletal problem, as I said, of unknown etiology or cause. Etiology means cause. Clinically, patients first experience a phase of pain that progresses to a freezing stage where what they call glenohumeral motion is lost. And then that's followed by a thawing phase when the pain gradually subsides and most of the lost motion returns. What that glenohumeral motion means is you have a rounded that's where the rounded head of the arms and the humerus bone meet, shoulders blade, and then that's stabilized by rotator cuff muscles, and that all freezes up. So it's a real phenomenon. Wayne always introduces these ideas onto the show, gives me things to look up and talk about with you. Here's the question: it's true or false? Is it true that in some studies they have found that people with high blood pressure and diabetes have a greater tendency to experience frozen shoulder? Do you think that's true or false? Is that people with high blood pressure and diabetes tend to have, it's more correlated with frozen shoulder. Let me put it that way. You think that's true or false? Here's a number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wayne, some people think that, high blood pressure, no big deal, nothing to worry about. It's just, a little too much pressure in the arteries. High blood pressure is a killer. And make no mistake, it contributes to atherosclerosis. It damages, and I won't get into the mechanism of action, but the Strauss heart drops have been known to help moderate that pressure. You've experienced it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, Doc. And if your heart is the reason for your high blood pressure, then the Strauss heart drops have definitely shown to lower your blood pressure. But if your kidneys are the cause, as was my case, my left kidney actually, then the Strauss kidney blood pressure formula has shown to be very effective. Doc, I took that 22 years ago with high blood pressure, took it for 3 months, the Strauss kidney blood pressure, and I haven't had high blood pressure since. Now, I just started taking it again in February when it became available again from Strauss. And, geez, it was great. I mean, I didn't have high blood pressure, but I noticed a difference in my my bathroom habits. I was going less. I seemed to have more capacity, a stronger flow, and just get up now once through the night, which is great. I used to get up 3 or 4 times. I do drink a lot of water in the evening, and so just great formulas for high blood pressure. And you're right, there's plenty of people that it's taken from us, Doc, high blood pressure.
100%. It is a killer. They call it a silent killer for a good reason, because it is. And that for many people, almost 50%, the first sign or symptom of high blood pressure is death, because they have a stroke or a heart attack because of the high blood pressure. You don't want to find yourself in that position. What's interesting about frozen shoulder that Wayne was talking about, among the different types of cardiac surgeries, the bypass surgeries are significantly associated. I saw a study here I'm looking at with greater risk of causing frozen shoulder as compared to other forms of cardiac surgeries, because that surgery, the bypass, is in its own way is pretty invasive. So it's interesting that the consequences of things that happen to us with relative to our health. Frozen shoulders. The thing you don't want is a frozen brain, man. Please use your good common sense and practice a little prevention. You'll find Strauss Heart Drops and all the family of products from Strauss at fine health stores throughout the United States. They'll be in Clarksville, Georgia pretty soon, because Rufino Pata wants to get it into Ada Zinc in that store, and he'll serve his customers well. You're able to get that phone number, Wayne?
No, not yet, but if maybe if Katie could text or email it to me, it'd be great.
Yeah, I'll email it over to you. I'm going to hit Rufino up on Facebook. He had hung up, but I have him as a Facebook friend, so I'll get it for you and email it.
Thanks, Katie.
There you go. So are you going to party hardy this weekend, Wayne?
Well, no, but my cousin is coming back from Edmonton. He's just gotten married, so we're having a little family reception for him here next week. I'm looking forward to both seeing him and doing that. And so yeah, it'll be a good week. I don't party too hardy anymore, but I still eat pretty good, Doc, and I work out. I'm enjoying good health, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, 100%. Of course, I was being ironic. I know that you don't do that. Neither do I. What
Memories
party?
of days gone by, Doc.
Yeah. Oh, my land. Got to keep things in perspective. What's interesting, we have a lot of guests that come through here. The guest before you, Dr. Ingram, he's got a lot of expertise. He's a doctor. He's got decades and decades of experience. So we get that point of view. Then we have guests such as yourself, just everyday people. No pretense, not pretending to be some specialist or some expert in one thing or another, except for what you do with the shipping business. And you just share your story. And that's good enough. And it not only is it good enough, but it turns out to be one of the best things to try and get people. This show's about persuading. So when you tell your stories, that is a message that's trying to get people to at least consider making a change. So we appreciate what you do, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc.
Enjoy your family this weekend, Wayne. Always a pleasure to have you on. Strauss Heart Drops. Go to StraussNaturals.com. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. I'll see you on Monday.